The MSc Excellence Awards, Eastern Cape 2024.
Ekile ukufuna isitya emnyameni ngoku siyaqhuba. Xa nina ke ningotishara ningakwicala lezemfundo ingakumbi iziphumo eziphucukileyo ngubani na ke ongasichasayo. The second best results for 2023 grade 12 in South Africa were achieved in the Eastern Cape. The second best mathematics results were achieved here in the Eastern Cape. They were achieved at Gqeberha Senior Secondary School, a township in Gqeberha. I visited Gqeberha and I met 3 young energetic maths educators such as Mr. Zolani Sigadi, Mrs. Yamtanda Bidla, Mr. Nkululeko Mkingizane. And I was so impressed. They are in late 80s as well as in early 30s. I was so inspired by their passion for teaching and the love and care they have for their learners. Ndacinga nokuba ingathi ngumcimbi oright lo teacher uba ndake ndabamba kancinci lento kaIbet. So ingathi iyona future le. When I was really interacting with these young teachers. Yesterday, MEC enhanced the quality of education. This includes rewarding excellence like we are doing today. Uyabona ke Dlamini bendilapha kwenye program ndaphisa ngezimoto kwenye program. So ndaorganize ezimoto zizawudatyulishwa. Uyabona ba abatishara Dlamini bendibakhankanya apha. Abekho kwezi categories zenu ithethe ukuthi sizayitshintsha lento izaba yi-Premiers Excellence Award iye kuba yi-MECs kuba nizawuhambe ndizichongela aba ngale yami system. I will use my own system ndihambe ndizichongela abantu abadeserve i-awards. We can't have national recognized people, but when it comes to province, our system doesn't talk to that. There's a gap there, of course. So let's correct those kind of issues. I would have loved to see those young people. They are almost all younger than all of you here seated here. I would have loved to see them here seated here. Noba benza banika noba ipen ndithe enkosi ngomsebenzi oniwenzileyo omhle. Ndiyayeka ke ngoku.
This is an address that the Premier, Oscar Mabuyane, gave at the MEC Provincial Awards held at the ICC in East London on the 19th of April, 2024. The 3 teachers the Premier mentioned, Mr. Zolani Sigadi, Mrs. Yamtanda Bidla, and Mr. Mkingizane, are what I would call, in my estimation, the E-team of Gqeberha SSS Maths Department. Mr. Zolani Sigadi was the teacher that played an instrumental role in seeing the grade 12 mathematics cohort group of 2023 achieve one of the most unprecedented achievements that the school has ever witnessed in its history, that of being rated as the 2nd best performing school in the country in its maths results. A phenomenal feat, placing Gqeberha, if we use the criteria that National gave, as the number 1 top provincial school in mathematics. But as you all witnessed in the MEC Excellence Awards, Gqeberha didn't feature in the awards at all for mathematics. So the Premier unequivocally called out the MEC on that, suggesting that their awards should have spoken to the achievement by Gqeberha given their excellent results nationally. He would have loved to have these 3 young teachers grace the MEC Awards, even if it was just to receive a pen, as a token of the immense gratitude that the province has that these 3 young teachers have put not only their school, community, Gqeberha, and the Eastern Cape schools on the map, but the entire province on the national map. Let me let you in on this, that these 3 educators are phenomenal, and when the Premier had made a personal visit, as he had indicated to Gqeberha, he was able to really meet these 3 educators, and he was really impressed by their achievements, but also just by their work ethic and also how well they interact with the learners and familiarize the learners with and love and build a passion for mathematics. I, Mr. Makan, have also worked with these three educators in the Kutlwanong ProMats program, which is a program that is actually hosted at Sorkaisa. In fact, I saw all of these individuals when they began their teaching career and when they become part of Sorkaisa and also the Kutlwanong ProMats program. Mr. Zolani Skadi, who now heads the Maths department as the departmental head, and Mrs. Siamtanda Bidla, Mrs. Kwane, to be more appropriate, and Mr. Mtingizane, Ngululo Mtingizana, are all disciplinarians in a time when in most schools discipline is something that is waning. They are extremely hard workers and they work very smart. They are extremely sacrificial in nature, always putting in extra time and extra effort for the learners, willing to go the extra mile if needed. Also, the Premier in his address meant to say that they are in their early 20s, not early 80s, early 20s and late 30s in age. I personally am an educator in Motherwell who has been greatly affected positively working in and around these educators. They have this contagious work ethic that dispels mediocrity and embraces excellence in its highest form. You know, something that's just phenomenal that I also have been able to witness whilst being an educator alongside these phenomenal teachers is just how they raise the level of expectations as far as excellence and performance in their learners. Never have I seen learners being so hurt and disappointed, but they have achieved like 85% for a particular test. I mean, where in the world do you find learners that get hurt or disappointed in large numbers because they did not reach this high bar and measure that the teachers there tend to set, which is 90% and above? And it's just phenomenal to see how much learners in that school have this hunger to achieve and attain like the most excellent marks, not just to settle for a pass, which could be according to the department, a level 2, but to achieve something that's greater than that, so that at the end of the day all their learners can have the opportunity to be absorbed into professions that have maths and science and have an equal opportunity of being able to attain some of the best scholarships and bursaries that the country has to offer, so that it makes it easy for them in the field of work and also in the field of tertiary institution and higher learning, so that they can be able to not have the stress and worry of financial backing whilst they are there. And I mean, our learners here in Motherwell, especially the learners situated in the area where Mr. Skadi, Mrs. Bidla and Mr. Mtingizana are actually educators, that is a poverty-ridden area, an area where opportunities are scarce as far as the learners being able to have money to be able to go to an institution which would come from solely their families. So it becomes the prerogative of these educators to ensure that their learners are able to perform in a very excellent way, so that more learners can have the opportunities that would be afforded by them having a bursary, so that they can be able to study, not stressing about money at all. So I really want to acknowledge just the great work that Mr. Zolani Skadi and Mrs. Siamtanda Bidla, Kwane and Mr. Mtingizana are doing in that school. And my hope is that they will continue to keep it up and continue to be a beacon of hope and light, and also to just, continue to be these educators that are restoring a heart that is so much absent in so many educators nowadays, just a zeal, a passion and a love for the profession. They are really restoring the luster, the glory, and the honor that the profession once held. And also, what's also beautiful is that they are making a subject that was once named as a killer subject like mathematics become so easy for their learners, because they make it so accessible and make it so relatable and make it so enjoyable. Thank you.